For me, it's about my own choice, and when I have a PA with me, she enables me to be an independent person, and I really enjoy having her company and doing things together and feeling that I can be an independent adult.
What do you look
Independence, what else shall I say? Being able to choose the support that you need, to be flexible and have quality.
I've worked within the care industry for over 25 years now, on and off, mostly within the care home environment. I've left on occasions and tried other jobs, but I found them to be very Groundhog Day, very samey, and I like work that's a challenge, and when I go home at the end of the day I like to feel that I've made a little bit of a difference. So I've always ended up back in the care jobs.
So things really you look for in a PA. Obviously, you look for somebody who can be compassionate, caring. In my life, they need to have a bit of sparkle and have some fun. And also, for me, it needs to be somebody who can work with me as a 43-year-old, but also work with children because my life is full of children as I'm a mum. So, and I come as a package really. So those things are really important to me.
Somebody who's fun, who's prepared to roll up their sleeves and do anything, who really wants to make a difference to somebody's life and has a multitude of abilities and qualities.
As I say, I've always worked in the care industry, but after 20 years I found that physically I wanted to do something that was a little bit easier. So I started looking around, but like I said, I wanted to stay within the same kind of job, and that's when, via the powers of Facebook, I found Jenny's out.
I employ one at this time, but I have another person who comes sometimes when my PA is not well or something like that. So I guess I have two-ish. I have in the past had up to 3, and that's been my maximum number I've been able to manage, but having 1 or 2 seems to work really well for me.
We have 4. We have a manager, PA, 2 full-time and a part-time.
To be understanding, caring, friendly, and also accommodating to your employer's needs and surroundings. You know, you've got to be able to think on your toes sometimes, because things do happen unexpectedly, and you've got to be able to cope with pressure as well. So yeah, it's a lot of different qualifications needed.
I think it has to be based on trust primarily. So, so when I first met my PA, I felt that it was going to be all right. So it's kind of a gut feeling to start with. She was an experienced carer, but she hadn't done PA work as such before. But she was keen to learn, and that's okay because we can learn stuff together, and that's great actually. So that's kind of what she did, and I think her caring nature came over really easily, and we got to know each other, and we both have children, so we have a similar outlook on life at this point in life, and those things are really important actually.
Me or my daughter, do you think?
Your daughter.
My daughter, it takes quite a while to actually build up a relationship. People have got to be fun, show that they really do like her, have the similar interest to her. And they've got to be prepared to just make a difference to her. And as I say, it takes a while.
And is there any...
It varies widely. We do have a kind of routine every week, but it is a kind of ad hoc as well. I'll do the housework, the ironing, cooking, preparing the meals for that evening. Normally just doing half of it, and then Jenny will do the rest later on for her family. I walk Albie if Jenny's a little bit tired. We go shopping. The three of us have got a bit of a routine going. Jenny will get the stuff from the middle, I'll reach the high stuff, and Albie gets all the stuff from the lower shelf, so that's quite good. And some days we just go to the beach, and you know, it's just generally supporting Jenny in her everyday activities, whatever they may be.
In the past, I have employed PAs who have been excellent carers, so have been really good at washing and helping me get dressed and all that sort of stuff, but really weren't very good in the promoting Jenny's independence stuff. So really couldn't cope with me going out and doing lots of things and wanting to really push what I can do, because I'm that sort of person. I want to go out and I want to enjoy life, and I am disabled and I know I can't do certain things, but I want to push how much I can do, rather than have somebody saying, well, you really shouldn't be doing that. So, so that's really important to me. So, and I have got that really wrong in the past. So the PA that I have now is great, because she's really good at looking at opportunities with me and saying, well, if you really want to do that, we could do it this way, and kind of enabling me. And that's the difference, really. I need an enabler. I need somebody who's going to help me be independent, rather than somebody who's going to kind of put me in a box and say they're there. That hasn't worked for me. It might work for other people, but for me, no. I need the sort of, come on, Jane, you can do it kind of thing. And that bit of warmth and encouragement, and helping me think round problems. That's the sort of person I'm looking for. So that, I guess for other people, that's different. But for me, that definitely works.
And they've got to be fun. And just to be, what shall we say, as I said, roll up their sleeves to do anything. They need to be very, gosh, it's put me on the spot now. They just need to have empathy, have understanding, to be patient, and just to want to try their hand at anything.
Jenny and myself went on holiday with our children last year, which was really fun. That was wasn't really work. That was more just fun, and that was really good.
I've tried different ways actually of recruiting PAs. So initially, when I first started having PAs, I just went through social care, and I had a variety of people, I think it's fair to say. Some were great and some were grim, and some were kind of in between. And then I heard that you could appoint your own person, like through direct payments, and I was like, this is the thing for me. I actually had a PA once who came in and looked at my child and went, oh, I can't do children, and left. And I thought, what do I do now? But actually, so I knew I needed somebody who could be with children, but still look after me and sort of managing my life as a whole. So so we have had a variety. But so initially I just went through social care. I've appointed an agency in the past and had a similar sort of range of experiences. And then, as I say, I got these direct payments, which means that I can appoint somebody myself, which has been much better. I'm in several Facebook groups, and one of the groups is called Yum Job Ninjas. And so I put a thing up saying I was looking for PAs, and I've appointed through that. I've even put a card up in the post office before. I found social media is probably the best way of recruiting these days. And I've recruited successfully through that twice now.
We have various ways. Over the last 12 years, we advertise in a local shop. We, at the moment, use Indeed. We use their free service. The government have a new service called Find a Job. I advertised the other day, nothing so far. I think Indeed has taken over. Also word of mouth.
No. I don't actually, because I drive. So she enables me to get in the car and carries my stuff in for me, which is fabulous. I have a adjustable car, and it has got a ramp at the back, so I can just drive straight in. My chair locks in, I transfer onto my six-way seat, go forwards, and I drive. So she doesn't need to drive, but and that doesn't really matter. And actually, in my experience, I've had my last 2 PAs haven't been able to drive, and initially I thought, I don't know if that's going to work, because a lot of adverts say must be able to drive in case you get stuck and you need them to drive. But actually, we found ways around it, so it's worked out fine. My little one is now 11, but she used to go on the buses everywhere in my PA, and if she needed to meet her from something, that was fine. And we managed to do it that way, or we do sort of a range of pickups and drop-offs, and it kind of works. So it's not essential.
PAs have to drive. For Claire, she has a Motability car. We've got a automatic car, because
we trust each other, and I think beyond all, we're friends. We're not just employer and employee. We're friends as well. We've got a good rapport going. We have a good laugh. We've got to in life. You know, everything's serious, so you know you've got to break it up with a bit of a laugh. And yeah, I think that's the most important thing. It's not really a job. I just go and help a friend.
I think that's not necessary, actually. I think they need to be kind of a similar temperament in a way. It wouldn't work if I had somebody very serious, because I'm not a very serious kind of person. But we have different interests, like in music and stuff like that, but we're a similar character, and that's the most important bit, really.
if possible, but not everybody likes to go horse riding or swimming. But it is a help. But it does, people then do develop similar interests.
I am a qualified senior carer, so that helped. Obviously, it's not. I'm not a qualified PA, but it did help, and Jenny's helped me with the rest. So, yeah.
That's a really good question. There's very little in statutory support for training for carers. So my last carer before the lady I have now, she did have some care experience but had no PA training whatsoever. So together we learnt lots of stuff. So, but really we have like 6 months probation period. So, and in that 6 months, either one of us could give a week's notice. And over that time, you just learn different things. So they learn where everything is in the house, so like the practical stuff. I always give them proper contracts. They have holiday pay and sick pay. They have all their tax and insurance as part of it. And additionally, I have to have insurance. So I show them all of that at the beginning. So that's like the induction-y bit. And then we sort of talk about what the day-to-day routine looks like. And then we work at it together. So if, for example, both of my PA now and my previous one have children at school, so neither of them start until 9:30 after my getter-upper and washer-up person has gone, but that's fine. And they start at 9:30, and then we do lots of practical stuff together.
Our manager, who is Claire's brother, is our trainer. He goes on training courses. He has learnt to be a trainer, and he gives the training in small bites. He's actually dyslexic, and as I am too, and he realises to send somebody on a week's training course is a bit of a waste of time because they'll only learn so much. So for instance, this morning he came in to do some first aid. He spends half an hour, and that is easier for people to sink in.
I've always worked with elderly, which Jenny isn't. Jenny's actually younger than myself. So, yeah, but I've always worked with adults. So, yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah, get it. Tuggy, tug. Tuggy, tug. Oh, good boy. Thank you. Good. Very nice. Go through. Side. Very nice. What a good boy. And a bit more. Oh, is that good? Tuggy, tug. Ready? Tug it. Good boy. Give. Well done. Oh, you're such a good boy.